Very good morning, students. Today I am going to explain another topic, that is functions of management. Management should be done efficiently for the accomplishment of objectives, and for this, management process is to be followed. To achieve business objectives, management should be done efficiently, properly in systematic manner. Yes, and for this, management process is to be followed.
Now, what is process? A series of functions which are continuously performed for accomplishment of predetermined objective of the business is known as process. Where number of functions are performed continuously for achieving one objective, that is process. Yes? So, in management, various business activities are arranged in chronological and orderly manner for achievement of objectives. Hence, management is considered as process. Let's understand this. In management, various business activities are arranged in chronological or orderly manner for what? For achieving business objectives. So, we can say that management is process. There is controversy among different authorities regarding various activities of management process. Management is considered as a subject of study or a field of knowledge. Therefore, it is but natural that various thinkers and scholars hold different opinions. Now, what are activities, what are functions of management process? On this topic, there are number of controversies among authors. Yes, as management subject is very wide. Yes, so all have different opinions. So here is the classification of functions of management according to different authors. The first one is according to Kuntz and O'Donnell. As per Kuntz and O'Donnell, the functions of management process are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and control, which we will study in detail. Then, according to Henry Fayol, planning, organizing, direction, coordination, controlling. According to Peter Drucker, that is different than remaining all, managing a business, managing the managers, managing workers, men and work. According to Luther Gulick, that is also important. It is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordination, reporting, and budgeting. That you can say as post corp. POSDCORB, post corp. That might be asked in 1 mark question. Then, according to George R. Terry, that is planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Now, we will study in detail. The first one is planning. Even God cannot change the past, but man can change the future. We know that we cannot change past, yes, but yes, we can plan for future. We can change the future by comparing present or past condition. Yes, whatever happened in past, we can try that it will not repeated in future. Yes, about some bad experiences. So the same way in business firm, we cannot change the past, but we can change the future. Planning means selection of facts for expected result and to establish interrelationship between them, as well as observation of necessary objectives and forecasting for the same anticipation. Now, let's understand this. Planning means selection of facts. Now, in planning, we have to select some facts. Why we are selecting? For expected result. Yes, to achieve our objective, what we want as a result in future. Yes, and for that we have to establish an interrelationship between them. Whatever the facts we are collecting, we have to establish interrelationship, as well as observation of necessary activities, forecasting for the same anticipation. Now we have to observe some activities and forecast, it means predicting future. Yes, and for that, whatever we want in future, we have to forecast in present. Yes, so in present we have to forecast about future, and for achieving future objectives we have to collect data and we have to establish interrelationship between them. Management begins with planning. You can see in management process, among all functions, the first is planning. Yes, so it is the primary function of management process. It is wisely considered what work, who will do, when, how, to what extent, and when work is to be finished for achievement of predetermined objective. It is known as planning. Now, under planning, we have to plan how we will achieve the objective. Yes, and for that we have to decide that what work is to be done, who will perform, when, how, at what extent, and when work is to be finished. So number of things we have to decide in planning. Planning means future forethought in the present. Now planning is forecasting future in present. Yes, as I have explained you just now. Planning is forecasting future in present. Right now we are thinking that in future this way we will achieve the objective. So that is planning. Planning is necessary to reduce risk and uncertainties involved in future. Now why we are planning? To do business work or any activity we need to plan. Yes, why? Because we are predicting future, we are thinking that what might be future risk, yes, or uncertainties, so we can take steps prior. Yes, in planning we can think about future risk and uncertainties, so we can remove it. Due to planning, all the activities of business are undertaken in a systematic manner. Just because of planning, all the activities we can undertake in systematic manner. Yes, that is possible with plan. If we are planning in prior properly, then we can implement it. Yes, therefore become easy to achieve objectives, and so we can achieve our business objective, business goal. Now the most important, many alternatives are found at the time of defining objective. Planning becomes useful to select the best alternative. Now when we are planning, we have number of alternatives. Yes, like if I want to plan for picnic, so I have alternatives. Yes, where I want to go. Yes, which transportation mode I will use. Same way in business, we have to plan, and for that number of alternatives are available. Now planning becomes useful to select best alternatives. When we will study planning, that is separate chapter in detail, we can understand about alternatives and selecting best one. Yes, that is in planning process. First we have to see all the alternatives. After analysis we have to choose best alternative. Yes, hence planning is a function of selection or preference. This is the most important. In planning, there are a number of alternatives and best we have to choose. So planning is a function of selection or preference. Planning is a base for other managerial functions such as organizing, staffing, coordinating, and controlling. You can see the rest managerial functions are performed after planning. Yes, so we can say that planning is a base for other managerial functions like staffing, coordinating, controlling, organizing, etc. Here we are completing first function of management process. If you have any doubt, feel free to contact me.